Every day, this marina is densely lined with boats and yachts. There's a joy in observing each vessel. Since moving to this peninsula, where the Aegean meets Mediterranean, I've seen more boats than I had in my entire life before. I never imagined that boating could be such a central part of daily life. On this hot day, I'm heading out on a boat tour with friends to reflect on the rich history of sea leisure. What comes to your mind when you hear the word sailor? Depending on our cultural backgrounds, different images might come to mind. Strong, ruthlessness, farewells. Those are the words I would choose. In Korea during the 1950s and 60s, there was a popular fascination with the word 마도로스, a Korean adaptation of the Dutch word matros, meaning sailor. This word entered Japan through rangaku, Dutch learning. During the Edo period, the Dutch were allowed to trade through Dejima, a small island in Nagasaki. From Japan, the term made its way to Korea during the colonial time. For a very long time, the sea and seafaring in East Asia were seen perilous. Necessary for survival, but not glamorous. Those who worked on boats were considered lower class or socially marginalized. The fact that the word madoros gained popularity despite the existence of native term for sailor suggests something deeper. That the romanticized, free-spirited images of the sailor were unfamiliar in East Asia, and perhaps something to aspire to. I can't speak for all Koreans, of course, but personally, I still find it hard to associate boating with pleasure or fun. Being on a boat without a clear purpose or destination, just for the sake of it, still feels new to me. Even now, sitting on this boat for leisure, I feel like I should be doing something. It's hard to simply sit back and enjoy it, unlike my friends. What makes this slow, carefree life on the water feel so natural to them? In ancient Greece, summer was the season of festivals across different regions. They would embark on pilgrimages to specific islands or cities to attend religious or cultural festivals. Others traveled to healing sanctuaries in search of cures. Wealthier young men spent their summers visiting friends or mentors, and they made these journeys by boat. Some even held symposia, gatherings with wine, music, and conversation, right there on the boat. So, what about in the East, where I come from? Of course, the idea of leisure boating existed there too, but it was much more static and restrained. That got me thinking. I definitely have East Asian friends who swim like fish, but I'm not one of them. Diving into deep water where my feet don't touch the ground is terrifying to me. While traveling or living abroad, I've met many East Asian friends who also weren't confident swimmers. We would often comfort each other by confessing it. Westerners would sometimes ask me, "You're from a peninsula, how come you can't swim?" Now that I'm out at sea, maybe it's time to finally explore this sensitive question. When I first moved to the Aegean, do you know what puzzled me most? Where are the seagulls? And fishy smells? Seafood restaurants? All of these questions led me a single answer. High salinity. The salinity of the Aegean, the eastern part of Mediterranean, hovers around 38 PSU, practical salinity units, making it one of the saltiest seas in the world, right behind the Red Sea and the Arabian Gulf. This high salinity makes it difficult for plankton to survive. There is little seaweed and hardly any sediment can accumulate. As a result, the sea feels dry and crisp, almost sterile. The upside? You float effortlessly. Even I float too, technically. By contrast, the waters around Korea, where I'm from, range between 30 and 34 PSU. Even the East Sea, considered the saltiest among Korean waters, barely reaches the global average. Look at the sea here. The Aegean is as clear as a dream and as calm as a vast lake. It almost feels like a sea designed by the gods for the very purpose of swimming. The seas of East Asia has dramatic tidal shift and strong currents. In some areas, expansive mud flats make the water murky and the depth drops off steeply. In winter, the sea temperature drops significantly. And in summer, there's the constant threat of typhoons and tsunamis. Marine hazards like jellyfish swarms, sea snakes, and red tides are also common. In many East Asian countries, seas are only open for swimming during a specific period in the peak of summer. Outside that window, you can't just enter the water freely. Many foreigners find this puzzling, sometimes linking it to excessive government regulation. But the reality is, even today, with far more structured swimming education, drowning rates in East and Southeast Asia remain much higher than in other regions. It's sadly not unusual to hear of holiday drownings during the summer months. In East Asia, where Buddhism and Confucianism shaped social norm, showing skin in public was considered improper, even disrespectful to one's parents. Up until the 18th century, there's no historical records of people in China, Korea, or Japan swimming in the sea just for fun. Swimming was purely practical, mainly for fishermen or soldiers. Even if you knew how, the culture didn't exactly encourage diving in for leisure. That mindset still lingers today. Maybe that's why some people prefer mountain valleys where you can enjoy the water without taking off your clothes.
Çok teşekkürler.
İşte bak tam zamanında karar verdik.
Evet evet iyi
Şimdi
denk
bu
geldi.
biraz daha geçerse sıra bulamayız.
Görüşürüz. İyi akşamlar.